this is the Worth It log for the week. Let us begin. Okay, so coming in with the Worth It log for the week, I've actually done a couple of little different types of things. If we go in towards Worth It right now, we can see that I've done one major update, and that is doing a full restructuring on the dashboard menu. This one is for the beta, and what I'll say is things have been broken up to best align with our next updates towards the add-on. We're going to be adding quite a lot more content within the actual add-on, and I will say this straight now, we do need some help farming data. If you have a spare hour free, we have a massive list of gold farms for people to do, 1 hour of each. Otherwise, I'll be doing it all myself, and I just appreciate the help. Aside from that, if you want to help, come over towards Discord and go to Worth It, and we'll sort you out there. Alongside that, with the updates towards the beta, I've changed it up, and it's gone dashboard. Now gathering is a separate column with mining, herbalism, fishing, skinning, cloth, miscellaneous, and multi-farms. Meat module will go in there when we've got enough data. The group farms module, which I added last week, is now going to be a separate thing with materials and transmog. There will be a battle pet section as well, and the open world area. So it's much more easier for players to find a gold farm they want to do. Do they want to do gathering? Do they want to do a group farm? Do they want to do something that's instance based, or do they want to do something in the open world? Well, it's more or less categorized in that way now for battle pets, rare pets, mounts, toys, transmog, and all of that. So you've got instance transmog and open world transmog gold farms, along with group transmog farms. The same with materials, with gathering, and then you've got materials as group farms. You've got instance ones for raid pets, and open world stuff with all of that. It just adds it a bit more in depth, and it just goes that one step further than everything else. One other thing that I did actually add for all of this week is in the skinning module. Now, Timo helped out farming up a load of data for us. He did do the heavy scorpion scales, which is going for around about 8,230 gold, which brilliant. I love it. The heavy scorpion scales works out really well for Silithus. And the next thing of note that he did actually farm up was the 𝐆𝐀𝐿 scales. These ones actually are very good. They're in the Storm Peaks. However, the material price for these isn't that high. However, we did include the meat that you gain along from that, as that is a common material that you get from the gold farm from this. Arctic fur, borean leather, and 𝐆𝐿𝐿 scales. That works out really well, especially with the heavy scorpion scales. That means 2 extra gold farms have been added towards skinning, and to be quite honest, if the data isn't there already, it's not going to value it in the future. Therefore, I'm really glad we've got these ones in here now, because then we can see how they fluctuate between everything, because these ones are pretty much near on the same as the wind scales for the heavy scorpion scales. However, wind scales has a 0.07 sell rate, whereas heavy scorpion scales have a 0.1. That means these heavy scorpion scales are going to sell incredibly fast compared to wind scales, and that means that people are going to get gold faster in their bags. It's the same with things like the 𝐆𝐿𝐿 scales. Those ones tend to sell really fast. They've got a 0.19 of an overall sell rate for that gold farm. And the thing is, they jump in price all the time, depending on who's farming them or not. And when it does jump up in price, then I'll go farm it. And I'm just glad that data is there. For instance, we're going to be opening and expanding all the instance transmog gold farms. We've got all of the vanilla based gold farms right there. So now it's just a case of adding TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, and everything above. That means that's really good, and we're currently looking for more group farm modules, as that's the main thing to get done. We want the group farms to be pretty much sorted before we send that one out to live, as the next live update will be when the group modules is done. So we're looking for a load of group people to do group gold farms in order to do all of that. Hardened Springs was a very surprising one for sell rate, as that one's linked mainly with the Rust Bolt reputation as well. Other than that, that is everything I have to talk about for this week. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.